guys. So this lesson is hopefully going to be pretty easy for you while I'm gone. Basically what you are working on is we're going to have 5 different postulates. We have side, 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 or SSS. This means that if all 3 sides are congruent, then your triangles are congruent. So if we look at our examples here, if we look at number 2, you see they have the marking on the side, marking on the second side, and then they share this third side. So this is an example of side, side, side. The next one we have is angle, side, angle, which you guys thought I was crazy for making you just mark angles and sides. This means that if you have an angle, a side, and then the angle between, you know your 2 triangles are congruent. Be very careful, order does matter here. So, I'll show you what I mean by that. If we look at number 3, there's a temptation here that always happens where a student says, well, these 2 are equal, totally true. And they'll write their S, they'll say that's an angle, we got another angle, and they'll say, oh, well, that's angle, side, angle. Order matters. This goes SAA, not what I'm looking for. That S needs to be a sandwich. So this will actually be an example of another one a little later. So that is not what I want here. If instead I look at this one down here, you see I have this angle, I have that side in between, and then another angle. So my answer here would be angle, side, angle. Next is very similar, ASA. We abbreviate all of these. You don't have to spell out the whole thing. The next one is side, angle, side. Very similar. So you're going to have a side, the angle between, and another side. So you're looking for 2 sides here. If I look at number 4, I like to actually write on the triangles themselves. And you can kind of do one triangle in isolation at a time if it helps you. I have a side here. I have an angle up here. And then I have another side that's being shared. If they share a side, it's equal. So I can see I have a side, angle, side. I have that sandwich happening. Side, angle, side would be my answer there. Next one is angle, angle, side, which is actually, you should kind of remember seeing it. Remember we had this side up here, our angle here, and then the shared angle in the middle. This is angle, angle, side. You know, if you read it kind of backwards. So that is what this one is. So that totally works. You can have 2 angles and just any other side. It doesn't have to be between. And our last one is hypotenuse leg. This one is special. It is only for right triangles. Okay, so while I'm looking at my options, and it stands for, and we abbreviate to just HL. So when I look at my options for my problems here, you're looking down here, I don't see any right angles. The only right angle I see is up here. So I need to know that my hypotenuse is the same, which is nicely marked, right? That's got my 2 marks. That's my hypotenuse. And then look, we also have that shared side. That's my leg. So this would be hypotenuse leg. You might look at that one and say that it's also side, side, angle, but that is not one of our things. If you spell out a donkey, that's not correct. You should be only getting these 5 combinations. So you can look for having all 3 sides in common, angle, side, angle in common, side, angle, side in common, angle, angle, side in common, or the hypotenuse leg in common. Just to do a couple more with you, if I look at 6 here, I have a side marked, and another side marked. So that is SSS. These two triangles are congruent. If I look at 7, I have a side marked. Anytime you have vertical angles, you can mark them. So that's an angle and a side. So I have side, angle, side here. Here I have a side, an angle, and then they share a side. So I have side, angle, side. So all you are doing, all I really need you to focus on today is being able to identify and label them. Put the S's, put the A's. You could identify them for the other class. You should be able to identify them for this class. And here I have a side, an angle, and another angle. So this is what I'm going to have you working on today. Practice with these, some matching. Try your best at it, and we will go over this in more detail when we have class next.